The crisis in Syria is just horrific for any Syrian citizen. The UN reports that more than a third of the country is displaced either internally or outside of the country. And just to put it in a bit of perspective, we have an infographic on our website, but it shows what the crisis would look like in in America if the Syrian crisis is happening here. And essentially, every state from Texas moving left towards the West Coast, every person in the population of those states would be displaced. And it kind of puts it in perspective for you, what it would look like if it was happening in our own backyard. It's horrific, as you're seeing one of the worst humanitarian crises in recent era. And so it's horrible for all people involved, but Christians receive an extra element of persecution and fear for their lives, of violent attacks against them. Churches are targeted. Christian villages, very much like Nigeria, are targeted because they're historically known as being Christian villages. Mixed in with the rebel cause are Islamic extremists, some who are taking advantage of the war and the ability they have to insert themselves in this warfare and attacking Christians. And so it's been very, very violent there. I've seen more than 1,000 Christians die for their faith. And those are just the ones that we can confirm. We know that there's most likely a lot more, both in Nigeria, Syria, and all the other countries too. Just life becomes so difficult for them too. These refugee camps, it's you're really quite privileged if you even have a shower or a bathroom within close proximity to your house, and that's going to be a cold shower or you know, a house that keeps your family warm enough during the winter months. The big fight too for Syrian refugees has been education for their children. Many of the children have to go work in the fields just so their families can eat, and so these kids who just a few years ago were going to school and learning and thriving are now forced to quit all forms of education just to survive.